Hi, everybody. It's doing it again. This is Allison from Alley Cat Creations. How are you? Sorry about that. That's really highly annoying. Please like, share, and subscribe to my channel if you have yet to do so. And if you get anything from my work, a connected dot, an epiphany, a mind explosion, a new book to read, a new author to explore, please consider supporting my work. All the links are at the bottom of the description below this video. And if you like some artwork, I do epoxy, card holders, card holder, mini baby itty bitty pyramids, card holders with gems inside. Cool, right? Skulls, pyramids, hearts, heart frames. I do a lot of stuff, drawing, and this is oil paint with epoxy flowers and cool signs to hang up in the house. So I did these. Those are new. Whenever I find scrap wood or whenever I find these things in the store, I buy them, and I'm going to be creating more of those. So if you're interested in anything that I do, please check out my website, AlleyCatCreations211.com. The link is on the YouTube page, or it's in the description as well. So today's going to be a pondering, and some oracle card reading. I think today is a new moon or full moon. I don't remember. Today's a new moon in Taurus. New moon. I thought it was the full. It's new. So we're going to be going over some of the energies and stuff, but pondering. I'm also now on TikTok. I've had a TikTok account. I have not been active on it, and I'm trying to find a way to get to the youth, the younger kids. I mean, anybody in particular, but their attention spans are. So I've been challenging myself to make shorter ones, but I just channel what I get, and that's it. So find me, AlleyCat211, on TikTok. And I do short little fun clips of what is going on. Once again, this book, holy shit. The TikTok that I did today is what I want to expand on, and it's about stair-stepping frequency. It says here, New Earth is not a place, New Earth is a frequency. And in this one chapter, it's talking about how you're getting little bits of glimpses of what 5D is. You're getting those feelings, you're feeling it, you're embracing it, you're seeing it, and then it goes away. And that is not meant to be a trick or an illusion. That is you trying to pick your frequency up to the state of where you need to be to see it. And then the challenge is to hold that frequency for as long as you can. We got to remember we're still in physical vehicles of 3 to 4 density. And the stair steps that it's going to take is going to be a while. This is an unfoldment. The lotus is unfolding. And as things unfold, we're also, in the meantime, integrating our other selves in this vehicle. And those integrations of other selves, our essence, those need to be healed too. It's not just this life, this body that needs healing. It's all the other selves coming in and being integrated within us. And then we have to do the healing in the physical vehicle for those other selves. So it gets a little confusing. And like, why do, I posted out on my private social media about things going on with me health-wise. Like now I'm finding out, like, I'm allergic to myself in certain ways, and certain hormones are not reacting right with me, and finding methods and ways to dealing with them. Up there goes my ears. And of course, I've always been on a partial holistic, not holistic, what is going to work right with my body. And that's something we should not be judging others about, like what stair-step method they use to do the healing on your body. Everybody's going to be different. Everybody's needs, everybody's chemistry is different. So I'm looking into different methods, the dosings of different methods. To tell me to take castor oil, great. How much, when, how many days a week? Taking different supplements and different what am I doing and how much am I doing it is? Because back when I was 22 and diagnosed with RA, I just jumped into the detox world without understanding, like, things need dosing. You just can't consume it all in one shot because you're going to overwhelm and burden your body. I gotten really sick detoxing, and not sick in terms of like shedding and purging sick. Like I almost died sick because I wasn't supplementing and resupplementing the things that I needed. For a thyroid detox, you need certain elements. And then for your RA and anti-inflammatory, you need another. And some of those things can contradict each other. So it's weird. And then I have a lot of weird allergies to things and sensitivities. So let me know what works for you. I like to dip my toes into different things, but it has to be in an affordable rate. I once in my own self is saying to myself, all the healing is done within. I shouldn't have to be a millionaire to afford products that will aid me in the healing and help assist me in the healing. And these are just, as much as we are now physically purging, we also have to go inside into the encoding within our DNA, within our etherical DNA, within ourselves, and shed the programming. Just like you got your memory on your computer gets overloaded, and then you're starting to find different devices to put it on, or you're just going and deleting. We need to delete the programming that no longer serves us, that is stagnant within us, that's causing blocks within us, and identifying them. And it's a layers, and it's a lot of different things and a lot of different everything to unfold in yourself. This is a stair step. It's a process. We can't have everything at our disposal in a snap. That's just impractical. You came here for an experience. You came here to walk wisdom and knowledge and to learn from it and to walk your talk and get on moving. And that takes time. Nothing happens in a snap. I wish it did. Even before the CERN thing and the time-space bubble continuum stuff that I talk about, like that also, yeah, it felt like a snap. I'm sure it was way different than what we perceive it as. I need some sort of heat over here. I'm chilly, but I'm too hot for a sweater. Anywho, we got to embrace the things that we are seeing right now. We need to stop being in doubt, tap into your intuition. We got to get that relationship with yourself honed in, tapped into. You need to trust the feelings that you're receiving. You need to get the information that you're being downloaded in, filtered out. Your higher self filters out these downloads and uploads. I know for at least myself, because it's so much information that my body and my brain can't handle all that information in one shot. I will be burnt out and in a mental institution. So they slow roll my downloads up, and they kind of slowly, when I need it, integrate it and embrace it and bring it down into me. Everybody's different. And when we honor that concept, yes, we're all one, but we're all unique, individualized aspects of source having experience here in this illusory realm. We need to be aware that we have to start working on self, and it's not selfish to say that. Write down what you're experiencing, what you're seeing, what you're dreaming. There will be patterning there to lead you into next steps. It's a frequency that you need to hold and that you need to embrace. And that's going to slowly roll out in steps. So whatever you are embracing, like I was mowing the lawn that a few weeks ago, and I saw butterflies and they were fluttering all around me. And it was such a beautiful experience. Like I felt and experienced that little chunk of time space in 5D. The other day, I went to a friend who gave me a service. And when I entered the room, that person told me that like they felt like time didn't exist. That where did the time go? Like there was no time. And I'm now embracing the fact that I'm that lighthouse, bringing that frequency to people who are ready to receive it. Just like that guy that walked down the block. I had a guy that walked down my block who, why did he stop at my house? Because he unknowingly felt the frequency coming off of my land and felt comfortable enough to show me the amazing documents that he had and like how awake he was. And it was like, wow, this is great. I'm not alone over here. And not that I am, because I have JQ and Dina, but like there's more people coming into our perception that are seeing and feeling the frequencies unbeknownst to them, that they're opening up to complete strangers. This guy didn't know me from a hole in a wall, but he lives up the block. And it's wonderful. And more of these experiences are going to happen to each and every one of us. It's up to us to anchor our frequency and be the lighthouse. So when we're out and about, you're happy, you're jamming, you're jiving. That frequency spreads to people. It seeds people. We're planting, it's spring. And it takes time for those shoots to come up out of the ground and get the light and start growing and evolving into a beautiful blossom. This takes time. And that's not just for me, that's for everybody. And we're all at different levels. We're all different plants. We're all, if you want to give the plant analogy, we're all different. But each of us has a unique scent, a unique expression, and a unique purpose for this planet. Some of us bear fruit, some of us bear flowers, some of us are supporting other plants. And yeah, they're going to be weeds. Some of those weeds help pollinate the insects that pollinate and give us some honey and whatever have you. We need to make sure at this time space that the chaos going on and around us, because I'm very much into the weather. I'm like a weather nut. I love watching what storm chasers and seeing what's going on in the weather. Yeah, Manipulated. Yeah, I see it seeding, and they seed it here in Indiana. I see it all day. They seed it in certain places because obviously we have a jet stream. It does shift. Whether you want to say that's manipulated or not, I don't care less. It's all of God's design. And Gaia is cleansing herself. Unfortunately, we are in spaces where total destruction and loss of life is happening right now. And my heart goes out to those people. We have to be cognizant that there is a cleansing going to happen, and it's been happening, and it's wicked out there right now. I know later on I'm doing this video, it's like mid-afternoon. I had a busy morning. We're going to get really bad storms here tonight, and I'm like, okay, I got to hunker down, got the hat on, my hair is all humid, and I got to make sure everything is safe. And that I have my backups. I got my batteries ready, got my flashlights ready, I got the cords ready for the generator, just in case. If nothing happens, great. And if something does, I could sit and anchor my energy and put the bubble around me and my house. Stair steps into frequency is acknowledging that it's even happening to you. So what is your experiences? What are you dreaming? And a lot of people are doing it through the dream state first. A lot of us are aware that we're not embodied. Our soul, our essence is out experiencing other dimensional spaces. I know I do. And sometimes I can recall what I am experiencing, many times not. If you can't remember your dreams, it's not a big deal, because that's just saying that either you could go the psychologist, materialist route, or you can go, well, I'm not in my body. I'm experiencing one of my other selves. Or I'm experiencing a bigger paradigm that I'm not ready to integrate into my operating system just yet. So these things are stair steps. And right now it's up to us to figure out, okay, so what is it that isn't working for me in this life right now? Where do I need to put my focus so that I can look at my operating system? I can look at the programming involved in that and slowly take the little chips out of the PCU and discard them, because you don't need them anymore. You're building your new, let's just say you're building your new computer. You're building the best, most upgraded, everything is involved, bells and whistles, millions of dollars of essentials in your computer. So what's in your computer? What are you trying to build? What is your foundation? Is it something old that you could take with you to make it new? Or is it a piece of something that is outdated and you've got to let it go? And I'm describing the computer thing because that is really something that most people can connect with and understand on a basic level, where you could visualize it. Oh, I want a gaming system, or you are a crafter and you have a Cricut, or you have those laser jet stuffs, and you need certain things in order to run your program. And some of the older stuff does no longer serve that new and improved operating equipment that you have. So regardless of how you take it or how you're looking at it, we are in that process of shedding inside of us, purging out emotional states, things that are affecting our vehicle. How are you handling it? What are you doing to help yourself? I know that when I have the time, I sit in a salt bath, put frequency on my little Bluetooth speaker, and I put it right up next to the tub. So the tub is vibrating and projecting that frequency. And I change up the frequencies depending on what my needs are that day. I know the last couple of days I'm integrating other selves. Schumann's been high. I've been all over the place, not scatterbrained, but, attention to details getting a lot of artwork done so that when I have my show on June 1st, I can sell some stuff. I just brought the work yesterday to the library, never been there before, and it was like, whoa, this is a beautiful library. This is incredible. Wow. So these are the things that we need to start doing. I've never really put my artwork out there. After I graduated college, I did some shows, I did group shows, and nothing really came of it. And not to say that I don't think I'm talented, I just think that it was not my time to focus in on it. We got to find the next stair step. And why I'm mentioning this, the next stair step, especially on my end, is finding the things that you love to do. Love, absolutely, what brings you joy. I know, as meticulous as some of this stuff is and how long it takes me to make some of this stuff, it makes me happy. I love creating. And I can make a million pyramids and they could sit in this house for a long time, not being sold. It still makes me happy. I'm not making it to sell it as a product of commodity. I make it for healing. I make it for myself, but I also make it for whoever feels drawn and called to buy my artwork. There's healing frequency in all the things that I make. But I make it for me. I'm happy. The books I buy, I love books. And I love holding on to my books because I make a freaking mess out of my books because I find things that help me. I love working with children. But you're going back in the Matrix, Allison. How could you do that? Because I'm going to be the game changer in that classroom. I'm going to hold frequency for these children. I'm going to set these children straight frequently in vibratory states. I can't push an agenda on the little ones. That's not allowed. But what I can do is sit there and just be me authentically. That's game changing. So you got to do what you're being called to do. And if you haven't figured that out, that's okay. This is why we're stair stepping into the next frequency. It is not just a one and done, flash a light, here we are. It's not that. You might perceive it as that if you're not in your awareness to see it. You might just feel like, oh shit, you got to change one day. You might experiencing that, but the process is an unfoldment if you interpret it that way. I have really good water, by the way. It's magical. We're stair stepping. So each step is a frequency upgrade, and it's up to you to hold that frequency. And of course, we're still in 3 and 4D. So we're not going to hold the frequency. You're waving in that frequency wave, in that band of frequency. So the longer you can stay at a certain frequency, the next level will start happening for you, and the unfoldment starts happening for you. And you'll get more experiences. You'll start feeling more. You'll start experiencing more. And then you move up, and then you move up. It's a stair step. It's a process. It doesn't just happen overnight. And yeah, you think some of us might think that, but really unconsciously and embodied, you've been purging. You just think and call it something else. You don't know. Most of my friends that have no idea about the spiritual stuff and just our base level, they're not understanding that some of these crazy, wacky dreams that they have is really another life that they're living. They're just not aware of it. They just call it a dream, and it's my imagination, and it's my subconscious working itself out. And that could very well be. But for me, I read that as my other self is having really good time over there. Yeah. we have to remember that we get the ratchets and the shivs. We get things tossed at us to test us. And the whole episode I was talking about death and letting things go and when things get lost and those aspects of us, that's a test. The hardest part about giving ourselves space in order to mourn or in order to process things that happen to us is that you got to honor your own mechanism of doing so. I know my half sister lost her mother yesterday. And from everybody calling me up and telling me this, you know, when my mom died, I didn't have anybody really there for me. I had some friends, but I had to really deal with my parents' death alone. I didn't have anybody to really give me a shoulder to cry on. I had to be this strong woman to stand up and go, well, you're not going to with me, because they take death. When someone dies and you're the one that has to clean up the mess, you get taken advantage of. Your emotional state is lowered, your vibratory state's lowered, and people think they can just walk all over you and squeeze every dime out of you because it's a business. And I think through that process of losing so many people in my life, I know they're right next to me. And half of my most of the time, you're so infinite. I already have parts of my mother, both my mothers and my father, already reincarnated. They're in different vehicles and having different experiences in a larger form. But they could still come here and sit with me and be with me. You're omnipresent. You're way bigger in thinking. Think big, bigger, big, as some of us was told. There's a bigger picture involved. But again, that's a part of the unfolding of that lotus, or whatever you want to see it unfolding, the onion. Each of these things have layers, and you got to deal with them. And each of these layers are different lessons and deeper healing that you have to do. You know, a lot of people that I've been talking to is like, well, I thought I kind of resolved that and healed it and let it go. But yeah, it's somehow entangled back to me, and it's deeper and it's different. It's all the stair steps. All of this is an unfoldment. And when you can honor the fact that healing is a forever thing, you're always going to be healing from something, and you're always going to be deprogramming and healing from something. And it's a forever process. When you get rid of that irritative state, you can move forward and just let it be the part of the process of life. Moving up in frequency is not easy. And I say that a lot in my videos. I've noticed that not easy thing. It isn't, because we're human and we're not quite in that conscious state of frequency yet. We're not in fifth octave. We're jumping and we're getting little glimpses. And the glimpses that we do get, we need to hold on to, so that next time we're out or doing and having an experience, we can go back in our memory bank and go, oh, okay, that's how I felt. All right, let's see if I can match that feeling that I had before. And let's see how long I can hold it. The longer you can hold it, the more you're in that frequency. And of course, you're going to drop down. But the more of us that continuously do this process and continue the healing and continue jumping into these stairs, the easier it's going to be for other people to do it. Because again, you're the lighthouse, you're seeding people. When more people are starting their stair step climb, the world around us on the outside is going to change. Our perception and interpretation of how this world works will start changing. And the more of us that are on the same wavelength are going to start experiencing that wavelength more and more and more. That's why a couple of months ago, when I started doing these more frequently, it was because something inside of me that didn't know how to verbalize it just kept saying, everybody needs to focus on healing. Everybody needs to go into their selves. Everybody needs to start doing the work on themselves and to focus a little bit more on themselves. Because we're here. We've been here. And now it's happening more and more. We're unfolding. And it's a beautiful process, but it's a very painstakingly one as well. Of course, I opened to the page where I need to be. Quote, hence, you must put your life in order, which means that you must stop doing what you must do and start doing what you love to do. This transition from must to love may be long and rather arduous, but you will be able to clearly examine the parts of your third dimensional life that no longer work for you. Then your fifth dimensional perceptions will come online so that you can actually see, hear, and or feel the life force in every rock, drop of water, tree, cloud, and all life. When you're doing things that you love, that frequency alone is huge. That field of energy you are vibrating out is huge. Yeah, we need our humans' needs met. You know, I have bills to pay and they're getting harder and harder each month to pay them. You know, things are going up. Like, that's not an illusion that it is, but it isn't in real time in this third dimensional reality, fourth dimensional reality. We still got bills to pay. You got to feed yourself. You still have your human needs. So it's now about the change. How do you go from what you want, what you love to do, and how to make it work for you in the here and the now? For myself, it's been rough. I'm not going to lie. I'm being suppressed as well. I did a TikTok on this the other day. I am being suppressed. Little Thor views are way down. I'm not monetized. So I'm not making anything from posting videos and doing me. But even the viewers viewing my videos, that number is also very on the lower side. It's a little wonky and it's a little weird. So I'm taking the next steps, some things that I am not comfortable doing, but I'm making myself do them anyway because I need a change. How do we implement change? Well, I just started using TikTok. I was not comfortable doing them. And now I'm finding that I'm enjoying them. And that eventually I'll have a growing from there. And it's not about numbers, and it's not necessarily about views. For me, it's how far is my seed being spread and what is suppressing that seed from going any further. Because my end goal is to help humanity at any means necessary. I know what my role and my mission is here. I know what I'm serving. In the meantime, it's nice to put food on my table, have the lights on, and to pay the internet bill, so I can be doing this. And that, I think everybody is in that space. We have a space. We're bound by limits and limitations, And a lot of us are in that space right now where we want to jump into what we love to do, but we still have practical needs to be met. How do we get this to work for us? And I think that's a process we're all unfolding together. Because I know I'm not alone in, okay, but I have bills to pay and I have to get a job and I have to do this and I have to do that. I have this and that responsibility to handle. And we all do. Third dimensional life is not going anywhere anytime soon. So we have to get used to the flux and flow of vibratory states and energy. We need to get used to building that frequency up. For me, I'm looking at venting. I'm putting myself out there as much and as far as I can with understanding my own boundaries. We all have them. But I'm trying to implement change that way into my life by putting myself out there where I was not comfortable doing before. Now I'm starting to get comfortable with it. You know, doing videos is one thing, like being in person and selling your artwork is a whole nother avenue. So I'm slowly getting into that and trying to branch out. The same thing with my videos. They're being suppressed because I'm onto something that they don't want people to know about. I'm not alone. I'm not the only one talking about this stuff. There's so many of us that volunteered for the same mission. Different expressions, different frequencies, different modalities of getting it out. But a lot of us are on the same pathways. So it's up to each and every one of us to work with those pathways and those stair steps to start understanding the unfolding that's happening within you and then outside of you, and how to manage and balance both. It's a task that is very difficult and at times very challenging, but it's through walking through it, walking the talk, going through it, that will help other people. Some of us have to be the trailblazers, and the trailblazers don't always have it the easiest. But we will all get there eventually. And it's my time now, but next 6 months, it might be someone else's time. All of us are different for a reason. We all go through different phases and different things in order to have a chain succession of help. There's way more people advanced than me, and I'm sitting where I'm supposed to be. I'm where I am and where I'm supposed to be for the we in the equation. So being I said oracle cards, and the last couple of ones I didn't do oracle cards. We're going to do oracle cards. I'm feeling sassy today. I got more sleep today. Little Thor did not show up today. I don't know what happened. He did not show up. And because of we had a really bad thunderstorm that rolled around, like I kind of halted doing video and doing some work just in hopes that he would come here. So Spirit, what is the collective need for this time of now? For those of you, that was a good vibe. Soul journey. Let your light shine. I don't make this up. Soul journey. You are ready to start. A new chapter is beginning for you right now. This time, go easy on yourself. Be the courageous, loving being you are. Breathe into the present moment and allow any anxieties to drop away. Enjoying the journey and stop thinking the future will bring something better. When the future arrives, it will be now. Step out of the shadow of your past. All that matters is what you decide to do from this moment. Your life is yours to live in whatever way is meaningful for you. You brought yourself to this life and you are responsible for the quality of it. Trying to understand your reason for coming here will just hold you back. Just remember, everything you have done was the best thing to do at the time, or you thought it was. As you move forward, you will understand your motives. Experience allows you to better handle crisis. You are now deliberately creating a new chapter in your life. You are such an amazing pioneer. We're here. New chapters are beginning. How are you making the changes in your life to implement the new chapter? Can't be the boring old chapter, even if it wasn't boring and it was like a crazy adventure. What is different about this next chapter in the beginning of your new life? And only you can answer that question. Let your light shine. Be authentic. Today, embrace your uniqueness. Say to yourself, I am so pleased and honored to be me. Embrace the parts of you that may feel a little strange. They feel this way because you resist experiencing the fullness of you. We can all feel a little odd or peculiar at times, longing to be like everyone else just to fit in. But compromise breeds resentment. Locking yourself into the pretense of what others want will strangle your soul and split you in two. Accept yourself, set yourself free from judgment and what you perceive others think about you. Let your soul shine outward and inspire others to connect, embrace, and shine their truth. When you are aligned with our soul, we feel and love and satisfied. We no longer need others to lean on to fill our perceived voids or to be different to who they are. Instead, we want to be with others for the pure joy of it. Create new ways towards anything that is of interest to you. Can you feel relief wash over you? You are beautiful. I've always walked my authentic self. Maybe through junior high school is when it really started. I didn't want to be like everybody else. Because I knew I wasn't like everybody else. I was different and I knew it, felt it, and I embraced it. It took time for my mom and my dad to allow me to be me. But they saw the resistance and the rebellion I had towards them, the resentment I had for not just letting me be. I have a very strong personality and character. I walk my authentic path. I do me to my fullest. I don't dress up for anybody's reasons. I don't put on an act. I don't wear masks. I go out as me, happy and joyful. I could care less what people say about my makeup or my hair color or the gothic clothes that I wear or whatever Midwestern outfit I wear. It's just clothes. Once people drop the judgment and they open up to me, the light shines. And I go, wow. I want more of you to be in that moment. What do you like? How do you want to express it? How are you being your true, honest, pure self? Are you dressing up for certain people and not for others? Are you walking your authentic path? Because this is how you are the lighthouse. This is how you're going to attract people that need you, that need to be seated the frequency that you have to share. All of us are lighthouses. That's why we're dispersed all over the world. Be the light. Be your authentic light and shine. So that is what's really needed right now. It's like really, 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 really needed. This is how change happens when you actually start loving yourself and honoring yourself. And putting your boundaries up. You should not have to impress anybody but yourself. And yeah, we have to kind of conform to certain things in society. Like, I can't just go into work looking like a sideshow act. I got to be respectful, and I have to have a warming, welcoming presence, especially for little children. They're not the judge, it's the people around. So you have to kind of adapt. But how do you adapt and still be you? That's the real key, is that we have to mold into what the matrix is. Sometimes we have to go into it. So how do you adapt and blend in, but still be you? That's upstairs message. So I fold my fan, my cards out for those of you who are new to me. I use one of my mother's rings because I'm very heavily connected to her. And I touch the card that resonates. And I feel vibrate. Release the dark wound. Let love live. Dream a beautiful dream. Look at the picture. If we detach something from its source too soon, trying to force it to become what it is not yet ready or willing to become, we can unintentionally sap it of its strength and kill it. There is a dark wound in the consciousness of humanity which demands perfection and denies process. If you are thinking of publishers before you have even written the book, if you are comparing your unfinished song idea to the latest best-selling pop release, if you have decided you are not good enough or worthy enough to succeed before you even given it everything you got and asked for divine help, then this dark wound has you in its grasp. You have to let go of the death grip of perfectionism and let yourself and your ideas live. Love is abundant, creative, and inspiring. It moves us so much more joyously and creatively than fear. You are being asked to honor the path of your own love, what inspires you, what feels exciting, joyful, and perhaps even rather different. Let that live. Release the dark wounding of false belief. There are countless stories of vast successful artists who very nearly binned the project that was making of their career because of their despair fostered by other dark nature. They doubted. They were uncertain. Was their work any good? Was it useless? Their struggle to believe in the right of a work to come to life, whether it was accepted or revered or rejected by others or not. They nearly lost their work to fear. Undoubtedly, there have been many times when this has actually happened, and the work was not saved, not allowed to live. Do not let this happen to you. If you feel drawn to read the messages, trust your instincts and do that in addition to completing the reading of this guidance and the healing process. I'm going to read this healing process. I now choose of my own free will to release any cellular memories and belief systems based in the dark wound of criticism, judgment, shaming, and fear, so that my creative, loving energy may thrive in a nourishing environment conducive to growth through all time and space, through all dimensions of my being, through unconditional love, so be it. That's not powerful. I don't know what is. So much energy is taking place. I had to take a pause for a minute. Dream, a beautiful dream. The urge to create is the same within you as it is for the universal creator. It also has the same magical ability to draw harmony into the being and to find beautiful order in chaos. This includes bringing harmony and perfect balance of well-being into your body, mind, and emotions. This is also the part of you that wants to dream of beauty and bring it to life in as many ways as possible. And how you eat, dress, look, behave, make love, create art, relate to your community, write your poetry by moonlight, or bathe by candlelight. If you have come to believe that your love of beauty is superficial, rather than a genuine expression of your heart's appreciation of symmetry, harmony, and grace, then you may block your ability to create harmony in your life. You may believe it to be an unworthy goal. Yet beauty, genuine beauty, rather than superficial glamour, flows from within. It is an expression of radiance within the heart and love of life. If you have struggled with the obsessive attitude towards beauty that tends to prevail in human culture, then it is time to look to nature instead. Her beauty is boundless, quirky, and endless diverse. If you feel blocked, thwarted, or contaminated by others in your quest to bring your beautiful dreams to life, you may feel that your heart is dulled, minimized, or shut down. Small-mindedness can limit beauty to a very narrow physical sense. However, you can shun the social disease and superficial narrow distractions and definitions of beauty and pretty much give it the middle finger. You are meant to dream of beauty and to create beauty in its far most holistic and creative definition. Beauty is meant to soothe the soul, inspire thoughts of love, devotion, and appreciation, and to balance the nervous system. They are worthwhile. A world without the beauty of art in all its various and unique interpretations would be a less colorful, less vibrant, less cheeky, and less healing place to be. Time that you spend dreaming of beauty and allowing it to be born through you in various heart-centered ways is worthwhile. There is a situation in your life right now where you feel uncertain about your ability to fix or heal. You lack the inspiration to be able to imagine it differently than how it currently seems to be. You may therefore feel inhibited in your ability to bring about constructive change. However, the perfect beauty of this situation is not revealed by what you attempt to do or through trying to impose the right dream upon it. It is to be healed and perfected in all that it can be through the revelation of the beauty that already lies within. You can overcome the resistance and denial by approaching it with the curious mind, an open heart and healing process. This oracle has come to you because you have the power to be positive influence in whatever situation holds the most meaning for you right now. And you need to know that. Which is nature. Only because through your courage, perspective, and worthiness to yourself, you'll be on the right path. Because we have North Node, step out of your comfort zone. Surrender to the vine. Here's the full moon. As cards are flying all over the place. This stupid thing is doing it again. Hold on. I fixed it and I pulled more cards. When you surrender to yourself and upstairs, your higher selves, your oversoul, God, source, infinite intelligence, all the energies thereof, and you let go, and you really put in the work to make some changes, even if there's small implementations every day, you're making little small changes in your thinking, your perceptions, you're having an open mind, even though a lot of us have that knowing, you're still allowing it to come in, but not emotionally attaching to things, you're going to start seeing different changes happening. Flames of desire, let them shine out in radiant light and shun dark paths. What are your desires? What is it that you want to bring into this world? How are you going to make your world harmonious? What is your creative dream and spark? I found mine. I already knew that as a child. And sometimes when we're older, you are programmed to get a job, start a family, do this, and have the expectations of a third dimensional life that was programmed into you. That's what your mom, your dad, your grandparents, and other family members, that's what's been instilled in just about everybody. You have to have a successful life. This is what it looks like. I don't go by those terms. I go by different terms. The things that make me happy are small. Creating is what makes me genuinely happy. Being around children makes me genuinely happy. doing what I'm doing here makes me genuinely happy. It makes me excited to get up each day. It motivates me. What motivates you? And how can you implement that in your life? Release your creative energies. Make use of them in your life. What are you creating? What are you building? What are you making? That's what you need to focus on. And it could be making quilts. It could be building cars. It could be making new plumbing systems. Anything. You're using your creative spark. Leave your usual social circles behind. Seek out true companions. I know I took a trip with Dina to a metaphysical store and to seek out different types of people. I know that I've been trying to put myself out there in different places to meet different types of people. Are you making yourself available? It's not to say that I'm leaving the old people and letting them go. Those who don't serve me anymore, who listen to gossip and come up with their own gossip about me, yeah, goodbye. There's always going to be those insecure people out there that have a lot of things to say about you, that spew shit, and it's up to you to believe it or not. I could care less. If you want to believe a gossip, if you want to believe something that you're projecting on me, bye. Live in this world as a dreamer. Create a future paradise. The dream is here, the dream world. What are you dreaming? And how are you bringing it into this life? You know, I'm the things that I would like to have, I thought 10 years ago have changed and shifted. Things shift in different aspects and parts of your life. You know, I'm only 41, but you know, when I was 30, I was like, oh, I'm going to be in galleries. Even in my 20s, oh, I'm going to be in galleries. I'm going to be a professor. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Nothing transpired because it wasn't in my story to begin with. But I didn't know that. You know, and when you introduce new people into your life, things shift. Are you allowing your thoughts to shift? Are you being a brick wall? Think about it. Things change in your life. People pass away. Their energy doesn't leave, but maybe plans that you've had now shift. How are you embracing this shift? 10, 15 years ago, you were able to afford the house of your dreams, and now things have shifted. How are you dealing with that shift? How are you adapting to it? And then re-energizing, okay, so I can't have it this way. Maybe I can have it a different way. Are you thinking outside of your box? Be open to change and changing your perceptions and changing the dreams that you once had might not work out for right now. How can we change them and be more creative and have them be better than you ever would expect? Card is being tricky and didn't want to come out. We have Owl. Wisdom, advancement, independent thinking, enlightenment. This is the thinking that you need to bring forward into your everyday life. Portal, originality, idealism, progression, opening, accessing. This is the stage where we're all at right now. We're all here. Surrender. Letting go. trust, consideration, expansion. When you let go and you have faith in yourself first, then the universe, things start happening. And I only know this because I walk through this. It's not something abstract. It's not something that I made up. It's something that I've experienced for myself. And when I let go and surrendered, things started to happen. You have to still put work in and action into motion into things for things to manifest. But you let go of the expectations and you stop negatively self-talk. A lot of different things start happening and shifting in your life. New beginning. Flow with life. Be the flow. Be the flow. Something worthwhile. In stillness, you will know. Things worthwhile are going to come for you. Are you surrendering? Are you going with the flow? And are you going inside of yourself and identifying what that is? Trust. All you need is provided. Inner secrets. All of you is worthy. That's for sure. Healing. Listen to your heart. Love is the greatest healer. It has the capacity to balance and heal your emotions, thoughts, and perceptions, which in turn will heal you physically. Your angels are here with you and will help dissolve your fears. Trust in the power of love to guide you, and your life will magically transform. This card is confirmation that healing is occurring right now. Prayer. Dear guardian angel, to you I pray. When I am fearful, help me remember that only love is real. When I am lost, help me find my way. When I am confused, help me to regain clarity. When I feel lonely, help me feel your loving presence. When I perceive chaos, help me see order. Thank you. That's powerful. Sorry, guys, I have to put my cards on the floor. I have no space anywhere. It's true. You have to call upon your higher self and give them permission. All your other selves, all the embodiments that you're in the higher densities, you have to give them permission to help you. Are you talking to your higher self? Are you going within and communicating with your other selves? And you could talk out loud, you could talk in your mind, whatever works for you. I'd start doing it more often. Okay, we got a twofer. We got a twofer. Why I smiled. Forgiveness. The energy of forgiveness strengthens our capacity to let go of unwanted feelings and emotions. Are you forgiving yourself for whatever it is that you need to forgive yourself for? We all make mistakes. We are catalysts for other people that do things subconsciously that we didn't mean to do, but we were structured to do it and contracted to do certain things. Are you forgiving yourself? And are you forgiving others? For they know not. We're flawed. We're perfect. We're gaining the perfection. But there's a lot of imperfections in us that need to be cleared. Are you forgiving? Attraction. The energy of attraction amplifies the qualities that attract and support us on our journey toward inner balance and harmony. Are you putting the frequency and vibratory state outside of yourself? Are you embodying that frequency so it is coming out of you so that you're attracting bigger and better things into your life? What are you magnetizing towards you? Honesty. The energy of honesty supports our choice to be courageously truthful and genuine with kindness and tact. I don't waste my energy on lying or not telling it how it is. And as much as an Aries as I am, and tell it bluntly and honestly and openly, I'm not going to sugarcoat shit. It's just not in my nature to do so. I'm very honest, and there's flaws in how it's communicated, but I am very honest. Not my strong suit all the time, by the way. It's the delivery sometimes that comes out of me, and it's like, ooh, I was a little too harsh. Oops. But sometimes tough love is still love. It's tough. This is one last deck before I close. They're being really funny. Eyes of the eagle rising above the fray. Protection, inherent trust rising above the fray. The eyes of the eagle offers you the gift of foresight, the skill of looking ahead to see the unfolding of destiny before it all manifests as reality. The eagle's extraordinary vision allows it to spot the tiny mouse from its lofty perspective as it flies thousands of feet into the atmosphere. In a similar fashion, you too can train your keen eye to discern the workings of humans. Eyes of the eagle is an invitation to witness the good, the bad, the ugly, and the beautiful, yet react to nothing. Act only to further your noblest calling. The eagle flies over all creatures. When it meets obstacles, it simply rises above them. Know that you are protected. You can fly above the judgment, slings and arrows, and darts of envy from others who may not have your great wings and are still arguing with your pigeons over crumbs. Trust that you are ready for whatever fortune has placed before you, even if you feel not yet properly equipped to meet its challenges. Your willingness to say yes to spirit has nothing to do with how well outfitted you are. Hesitating, on the other hand, will suck the air from under your wings and make you lose altitude. You are called now to trust your heart and your instincts to move fearlessly and not waver. The right time, and the time is right, is now. And no harm can come your way if your motives are pure and you act courageously. How many times do I say eagle in every one of my episodes, and to rise above and not to react and to detach and come into neutrality? They're funny. My other selves are funny. Stair step those frequencies. This is a process. Actually, something just jumped out at me. It's a process. Let it unfold. Be an active participant in your unfoldment. Work on what you want to bring into creation, how you want to bring it into creation, and how you're seeking those fifth dimensional energies. How long can you hold those frequencies for? And don't worry if you're just beginning. We all step on different stairs at different times, and it's okay. But the acknowledgement that you're doing so is the step forward. You see? Patience. Trust the higher forces of life to know what is best for you, and remember that when you are asked to wait, you are being prepared for something even better than expected. So change your attitude to one of acceptance, relax, and take stock. Ask your angel to enfold you during this waiting period so that you can listen to the promptings of the divine. Do not rush off on some wild goose chase of your lower will. When time is right and you are ready and refreshed, the next door will open. Patience is always rewarded. All things happen at perfect time. Patience. Mercy. To develop the quality of mercy, forgive yourself and everyone around you. Be magnanimous, see the good in others, and give them the benefit of the doubt. Open up to compassion, but most of all, access the wisdom within that recognizes the divine in every creature. Whatever that noise is confirming this. When you temper your attitude to others, your mercy, with mercy, you offer them grace. You spread much light, joy, and freedom, and empower others to find the good in themselves. Choosing this card may mean that angels of mercy are offering you release from your painful or difficulties. Accept it graciously. I am merciful. Forgiveness. I don't know if you heard that, but holy crap. Like, I just had a flash of light ricochet out because I have my blinds, like I have a flag over my blinds to make it a little darker in here. And that just shook my house. Oh, the storms are here. That was crazy. Hi, Thor. I'm gonna close. I keep pulling this card for the collective, so this must mean something. Theta of Venus. I pull this a lot, and that just speaks to me that we need to work with frequency of the theta state. Attune yourself to higher consciousness by choosing to access the purest frequency of love within. Acknowledge lower frequencies such as judgment, fear, doubt, or shame when they arise within or around you, but do not give them a foothold in your heart. You are ready for higher understanding to see things in a new and more positive light. Allow your inner knowing to guide you on a unique, beautiful, and highly spiritual path. Boom. The souls of Venus, her sons and daughters upon this earth, are not spiritually bound by the mass consciousness of human collective. They naturally vibrate at a more loving frequency. A lot of us are from our higher fifth dimensional selves are from Venus. You are loved and needed and will attract whatever support you require to fulfill your destiny. Venus souls have a particular talent for creating beauty, working with light and spiritual energy. Everything that I had in this reading. And calling to them whatever they want and need. You have your own healing journey, and part of that journey is your spiritual training in the ways of the earth at this time. This will teach you what is needed to heal yourself and others. You don't need to be afraid of the ways of the world. You are a part of a spiritual team that is here to transform the mass consciousness. Suzanne Lai, read her books. During the state of consciousness, the theta state, let your body relax. You see everyday realities through the inner spiritual eye and come to understand yourself and your life with spiritual insight. Put simply, you may be seeing things differently when you are in theta state. And your life will make much more sense to you. The appearance of this oracle is a special reassurance from spirit that everything is unfolding within the protective grace of divine love, even if sometimes it appears not to be so. It also indicates that you have the power to heal yourself and change your life for the better. I shorten this only because of the weather and what's coming for me. I don't want this to end in terms of shutdown. I lose it all. So guys, I hope you got a lot out of this video. I hope Spirit brought it and the messages that you need to receive as a humanity. If you're interested in readings, please email me. My schedule is very limited at the moment, but when it opens up, I usually let people know when I'm free. So sending each and every one of you love, light, compassion, grace, protection, and shielding energy. For all those experiencing wicked weather right now, please be safe, be seen. Please be weather aware today for those of you in the Midwest, and for everybody that had just experiencing really harsh weather. I'm sending you my prayers and my love. Please be safe, be seen. Please share this out. Please support. I am being suppressed at the moment, so any and all help is asked for and thanked. Thank you. My gratitude to all of you. I appreciate everybody. Take a breath. It's a step in the right direction. Let's take that step together. And I hope to see you all in the next one. Bye for now.